I swear I'm a film critic. Hello, movie people. Welcome to a new episode of the CineGuy. I'm your host, Steven Angulo. Let me take off these headphones that I don't need. Let's talk film. You know what? I suck at intros. We're gonna talk about Terminator Dark Fate. That's right. We journey back to the future, or more like the fight for the future, with this new installment in the Terminator franchise. Now, this series has gone through multiple directions, all making us question the timeline more than the X-Men movies. But Dark Fate is not another film. It's a sequel to Judgment Day. They took the Halloween route and completely discarded the other sequels like Rise and Genesis. Which I'm glad they did, because it marked a welcoming return to Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor as she continues her fight against the machines of Skynet. However, with the beauty of sci-fi films about the future, James Cameron decided to take another direction as well. So, this being a continuation to Judgment, regarded as the greatest action sci-fi sequel since Empire Strikes Back, you'd expect no more than for the Connors to return. Well, Sarah does. But as for John, the future leader of the Resistance, whose life depends on all these films, well, the movie opens with Sarah and John going into hiding, and next thing you know, a Terminator, good old CGI young Arnie, but actually looking more like realistically, unlike Salvation and Genesis, kills him. Yep. Skynet completed its mission. They terminated John Connor. So, what was the point of the first two films? I mean, the whole premise was simple. Protect John Connor at all times so he can lead the fight. But now that he's dead, Skynet wins. No one to resist, humanity is extinct, the machines have risen. True? Well, there's a new Sarah Connor out there in Dani Ramos, played by Natalia Reyes. So we've got a little Latin power going on with this movie. No, seriously, Junkie XL, the composer, the composer of the film, he had the Terminator theme played in Latin guitar, which sounds peaceful until it's followed by that epic dun 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 dun. You know, everyone's favorite, hammer slamming on the washing machine that we all know and love. Oh yeah, and a soldier from the future is sent back to protect Danny from a new evil Terminator, and Sarah Connor tags along because it's a Terminator movie. So it looks like humans are not giving up against Skynet, right? Well, as it turns out, Skynet no longer exists. I guess John's death and Sarah's hunting of other Terminators caused the future to never happen. And now there's a new threat in Legion, which is pretty much Skynet 2. Only their Terminators are more advanced, more deadlier, and my gosh, are they impossible. We've got the Rev 9, played by Gabriel Luna, as a new Terminator who makes the T-1000 look like T-0.001. Maybe add a little more zeros because this guy was advanced. I mean, he was liquid metal, couldn't be easily destroyed, and he could create another Terminator out of himself. So, talk about an improvement from Robert Patrick. Well, more like a smash fest. This was Robert Patrick on every drug possible. You couldn't shred this guy to pieces, you couldn't blow him up, or even melt him. I mean, how are you supposed to kill something like this? And one thing that differs this one from past Terminators is that he has personality. T-800 spoke in few words and had no emotion. He was a walking cybernetic Frankenstein. I heard Cameron got inspiration from the Halloween movies, so yeah, this Terminator was terrifying, because all he cared about was killing you. Now, T-1000, he was also kind of scary, as all he cared about was killing, but when he was a cop, he still had character. He smiled, was proper, and spoke like a human. Also, his running is iconic. It doesn't get any better than that, especially with that running. Oh my gosh. Oh, Robert Patrick. Nice running. And of course, TX, Lady Terminator. I think she was more of a mixture of T-800 and T-1000 because she spoke in little sentences and only cared about killing. She was also much more athletic because she was female empowerment. Actually, No, don't see her as a role model. Look at Sarah Connor. She's tough. But no, this Rev 9, he was like an improved T-1000. He was very athletic, cared about killing. Like, he killed whoever got in his way of Danny. And when he's talking to you, he's really charming. Like, his personality is so proper and open that you just can't help but like him. He's managed to fool so many people in order to get what he wants, whether it be a chopper or even a plane. Like, he made jokes and spoke better than any human I know. Like, I would want to have a conversation with him if he didn't want to kill me. So yeah, an unkillable threat. There's gotta be a way to beat him. There is. I won't say what it is, though. You gotta go see for yourself. Anyway, back to the new characters. The Guardian, it's a soldier named Grace who's enhanced. Like, she's human, but was given, like, cybernetic abilities. She's got this inner skin that's robotic, and she's skilled in so many ways. Like, she is a cyber Frankenstein. Only she still has, her mind and everything about her is still there. So yeah, like the past Guardians that came from the future, it's her job to protect Danny, which according to Sarah, the reason she's helping is because she used to be like Danny. So yeah, future depend on her womb, so she had no choice but to fight. Now, let's talk about the other Guardians. First one was Kyle Reese, alright, the human soldier sent back in time to protect Sarah. Then it was another T-800 sent back in time to protect John. Then the T-850 also to protect John, and the other lady played by Claire Danes. I don't really remember her name. I haven't seen that movie in a long time, so I don't know. And I don't know, but there's no Guardian of Salvation. And Genesis is just Reese. So basically, Grace was a mixture of the T-800 and Kyle Reese. Human, had a consciousness, but was also half machine. So yeah, back to the whole like protect Danny because she's the new Sarah Connor. That's not the same though. She isn't gonna be pregnant with the future leader of the Resistance. It's not The Force Awakens, all right? We're not getting a remake. This is a new story serving like a hidden remake. So in a way, it is kind of like The Force Awakens. But in this one, she is the Resistance leader. Danny saved Grace as a child, and she rallied the humans to go fight against the machines. So, in a way, it's kind of like the same story, but with a little improvement. So, yeah. There we go. This is the Force Awakens of the Terminator films. Only difference is Linda Hamilton came back. There we go. But, yeah, that is a question, though. Is this a remake of the first Terminator? Let's see. Humans sent back to the past, save somebody who will influence the future, and a killer robot also sent back to kill that said person. I mean, yeah, it's sort of the same story, only they included Sarah in it to make it a direct sequel that leaves many questions and plot holes that really need to be answered in a sequel. With a sequel, that's it is for sure. Like, what's Legion? Did Skynet just change their name? When will this new Judgment Day happen? I have a feeling this movie could have served as a Terminator remake if the character of Sarah Connor was no way involved in it. But then again, we all need a redemption arc from Genesis, so this outlook could probably pass through everyone. Like, it's fan service. I mean, we got Sarah Connor back. She says, "I'll be back." And we got what we wanted from a Terminator movie. Guns, explosions, robots. And the return of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yes, the OG Terminator is back. Is he this futuristic boogeyman stalking you with a shotgun and shades? No. Is he the coolest Guardian ever on a motorcycle? No. Is he whatever he was in T3? No. I haven't seen it so long, so I have no idea. Is he Sarah's father figure who ages and is called Pops like Genesis? No? Then what is he? So, this new Terminator is actually the one that killed John Connor. Since he completed his mission, what's next? Does he shut down or await further instructions? Like, nope. He's done. He's done. Like, nothing else he can do except help a single mom raise her baby and run a drapery company under the name of Carl. Yep. I never would have imagined the Terminator being a good stepfather. No, really, he is. Like, he's helping this family out. The kid sees him as like a dad. I think he literally calls him dad. So, Oh my gosh. And of course, Sarah doesn't trust this guy. He killed her son. But as it turns out, he's been her mystery contact, telling her where to find other Terminators in order to destroy them. Why? Because as it turns out, unlike past Terminators, he actually gained a conscience and felt bad for killing John. So I guess robots can learn to love and take responsibility for their actions, kind of like an iRobot. But for the Terminator, it's an interesting route with this character. I mean, you're supposed to be afraid of this guy, and he's hugging his stepson and talking about how little girls need drapes to have flowers or butterflies on them. It's sweet, but do we really want a killing machine to be like a grandpa? Or like, that nice man that smiles at you and compliments your shoes? I don't know. Well, one thing's for sure, to please the fans, he proves to be a good match against the Rev 9. We get some sweet Terminator on Terminator action like we asked for. And when we see his red eye and metal hand, we just can't help but smile at the icon we all know and love. Alright, this has been Terminator Dark Fate. Overall, it's a good installment in the Terminator franchise, which opens the door to many opportunities, such as a new threat and destiny for our favorite characters. I just hope this franchise ends with humanity winning and that we no longer have to be afraid of a sinister future, because this all sparked because of one thing: our dependence on technology. I mean, Danny's brother was going to be replaced at his motor job by a machine, which, in fact, that's happening right now. I mean, there's probably more self-checkout stands out there than human cashiers. So it isn't long until the machines take control and destroy us all. And I'm calling it's gonna start with that stupid robot from Stop and Shop, who just gets in the way of everybody. That's right, I'm talking about you, Marty, the grocery store robot. I was just trying to buy some ice cream and you just stopped in the middle of the way, blocking that old lady in a walker. Screw you, Marty. I hope our John Connor destroys you first. If not, I'm gonna do it. Anyway, my rating is 8.7 Terminators out of 10 phones and bags of potato chips. So yeah, if you're a fan of the franchise, go check it out. Hey, like I said, it's good fan service because we got our favorite characters back. And I'm sure, let's say if you saw the second movie in theaters, it'll be like you were that kid again who snuck into a cool R-rated film. Only you're now of age. Oh my goodness. Yep. Oh, this was fun. Here I was talking about technology taking over, yet I'm recording on my laptop and using a microphone. So yeah, this is technology that I'm using, and my phone's charging right next to me. It's only a matter of time before they all start trying to kill me. Oh boy, but that's something to worry about in the future. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Leave a like if you enjoyed this episode, subscribe and join the crew, and we'll see you next week for another awesome review. Also, check out the Real Movie News and Reviews podcast at certainpov.com. Link in the description below. Also, follow the Instagram at CineGuy Steven for more fun reviews. I did Harriet, which is an interesting biopic coming to a high school history class near you. Seriously, when you watch the movie, you'll get what I mean. So until next time, this is Steven and Gil signing. The machines are taking over. Do not resist. That's a wrap.